Good morning, Christy here with Make Everyday Colorful, and today I wanted to show you how I make my homemade Greek style yogurt and my Ninja Foodi. I'm sure it's the same process in the Ninja pot, but I just wanted to show you what I have out that I'm going to be using for this process. It's super easy. First, of course, you need your Ninja Foodi or an Instapot, and I have my bowl in there. You're going to need a gallon of milk. I get the just pasteurized. I try not to get ultra pasteurized. I have right here a pot that I'm going to be leaking everything into. Once I am done making the yogurt, I'm going to strain it in here. So in that pot, I have a colander, and then I have cheesecloth that I'm going to drape over the colander. Right here, I have a measuring cup, and the reason I have a measuring cup is for this. You're going to need yogurt to start with. This is the way I do it, at least. I know there's packs you can buy, starter culture, but this is the way I do it, and it's super easy. Either buy a store-bought yogurt, and then, you don't have to buy store-bought yogurt anymore if you keep making your own. So this is actually yogurt I made. This is for my last batch. So when it's time to put the starter in there, I'm going to take a cup of that yogurt and put it in the pot, but that's a long ways from now. So for now, I need to start with dumping my full gallon of milk in the pot. Just pour it in. If you wanted to do like a half gallon for a smaller batch, you could, but I like doing a full gallon. There's a lot of people in my house, and I actually use yogurt. I've been doing this for seriously probably like 15 years. I use yogurt as kind of like a substitute for sour cream. I don't know. I guess it's just easy, and I like it, and my kids are used to it. We buy sour cream every so often, but they're just so used to using like yogurt on their tacos, and I don't add if I'm using it for tacos or dips, I'm not going to add anything sweet to it. If I'm going to make like vanilla yogurt, I'm just going to take the yogurt I make and put like honey and vanilla extract in it and mix it up, and then the kids can throw fruit in it. All right, so step one, get it in there. And I forgot to grab my lid for this. I'm going to have to get that. So you're going to go to your settings, and you need to go down to yogurt. So it shows yogurt. I am going to do my yogurt. I'm going to hit the time button. I like to do 12 hours to ferment because I like a thick yogurt. Okay, so I have that set. So it's setting. Now it says boil. So I just have to put my lid on that I forgot to grab. So let me grab that. Okay, I'm back. So I have my lid on, and you want to set it to vent, not seal, because you're not pressurizing anything. So that's it. Like now all I have to do is I have it on there and it says boil. Once it's to the right temperature, that's whenever it's going to start to cool down. And then once it cools down to the temperature it needs to be at, that's whenever you add your yogurt. And you just mix it in really good with a whisk, and then you just let it ferment after that. So we're going to get to that step. So right now, this is where we're at. So my timer went off. We're in the cooling cycle. So once it gets to the temperature that it needs to get to, that's when we're going to add in our starter, which is going to be 1 cup of yogurt that I've already made from my last batch. And we'll just stir it in. And then when we hit start again, it'll start the fermentation process. I'm back with the yogurt. So I'm ready to add in the yogurt, which is my starter, the yogurt I had before. So pull the lid off, and you can see it says add and stir. So I already measured out a cup of this. Just have it in my container. And I wanted to say one thing. You really kind of need to think about when you're starting this. So I started mine, I think around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And it's 8:20 right now. It actually has been going off for about 15 minutes. So let's say 8 o'clock. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because I have it to ferment for 12 hours. So if I did it, let's say at 11 o'clock this morning, and it starts going off at 3 in the afternoon, then it's ready for me to add the yogurt. Well, guess what time the alarm's going to be going off? 3 in the morning, because that'll be the 12 hours, so I'll be up at 3 in the morning trying to strain this. So all that to say is you want to think about when you're putting this on. So if you're doing the 12 hours like me, I started at 3, at 8 o'clock, you know, first it boiled and then it got to the point where, you know, it cooled down and it's ready to stir and add. So it'll be ready at 8 in the morning or 8:20 in the morning now for me to pull out, which is good because that means I'm up for the day and I'm ready to do that. So anyway, so now just add your yogurt. And I have a whisk because you want to stir it up really good in there. So make sure you get it to all break up. Like I have a big clump right now. So you want to break all that up. Stir it really, really well. Ooh, don't splash it like that. It's taking me a minute just to get it all stirred. So to prepare yourself for the morning, whenever you're going to be ready to strain it and all, you're going to need your colander and a pot and cheesecloth, and I will make sure to show you how to do all that. And you want to make sure that you have room in your fridge. So for when it's straining, whatever size pot you're using the colander over to strain in there, make sure you have room in your fridge to let it sit, because it's going to have to strain for several hours to get all the way extra liquids out and to get it to the consistency that you want. So I think it's stirred pretty good in here now. Alright, so that's it. So now all I have to do is put the lid back on. Make sure it stays on vent. And then just press the button that... There we go. Now it says ferment. So for the next 12 hours I'm going to be fermenting. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll go to the next step. Okay, I'm back. It says done. It's actually been done for about 20 minutes. So it finished right around probably about 8:30. Like I said, it would be around 8:20, 8:30. So starting at 3 in the afternoon was a good idea. So now that it's done, I can turn it off. Open my lid. And as you can see, I already have my muslin or cheesecloth and a big pot and a colander. I actually need probably a bigger pot and colander, but this is the biggest I have, so this is what I use. So you're going to see, so remember I did a gallon of milk, and you're going to see how full this gets. So if you're wanting to do a smaller batch, you could do like a half gallon, half a cup of starter. So I'm going to show you what it looks like so far. It's still a little bit wiggly in there, but you can see how it's clumpy too at the same time. So this is why we need to strain it, because it still has a lot of weight in it, and we need to get that out. So I'm just going to begin pouring it in my colander. It splashes, so just be prepared for that. You're going to probably be wiping up a little bit. It splashes a lot. So already my colander is getting pretty full, and I haven't even got all of it out yet. So I'm going to let it strain for about a minute, but this is going to get pretty full, and you're going to have a spot in your fridge to put this to strain. Now if you have a bigger colander or you're doing a smaller batch, you won't be struggling as much as me, but I like to do things the hard way, so. I'm going to let this strain for a few minutes, and I'm going to come back and add the rest of it, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge. As you can see, it is very full to the tippy top. So if you're doing a gallon of milk, you're going to need a really big colander, or you're going to have to let it strain a few minutes at a time and add it in. Or you could even do, this twice, put 2 pots and 2 colanders. So I'm going to let it sit a few more minutes, put it in my fridge, and then I'm going to let it sit in there most of the day. It'll probably be tonight before I pull it out and see how much of the whey has been taken from it, because I want it to be thick like a Greek yogurt, and I can always add in a little bit more of the liquid if I want if it's too thick for my liking. So I'll see you back whenever I get it in the fridge. I have it in my fridge now. I'm just going to leave it here all day long, let it strain slowly. So I have in my cheesecloth, my strainer, and my pot, and the pot will catch all the way. So we'll check back on it in a couple of hours. Okay, we are back. I put this in the fridge, say about 8:45 by the time I was done with everything. It is now 12:45, so we're gonna see how much it's taken out. And this is very, very wet from all the yogurt. So first I'm gonna, was still dripping a good little bit, pulling it out of the water. So I want to show you how much whey I've gotten out of it so far. So this pot was empty. You can see it's pretty full. It's probably about right here on the pot. So let's see what our yogurt looks like so far. So when I first had it, it was literally overflowing. I couldn't even put it all in there, and you can see it's going down quite a bit. So I'm going to scoop it out into this, and let me see how many quarts this is. I'm trying to see. It says 7 cups. So 7-cup container. I'm trying to decide if I want to scoop it or just plop it in there. So remember, this is 1 gallon of milk. So there you have about 7 cups of yogurt. And remember, you want to take a cup and set it aside for your next batch. I've already measured this. This is like right out of cup, so I know that I can fill this up for the next batch and just put it in the fridge, and everybody knows not to touch it. So yeah, there we go. That is our yogurt from start to finish. So what do you do with your yogurt? I would like to know in the comments if you can let me know. I take ours and I leave some plain. We actually use it on tacos instead of sour cream. I'll take some of it and I'll make parfaits with it, or we'll blend it up with honey and cinnamon, or maybe even fruit. So we'll make our own flavored yogurts instead of buying the ones at the store that are loaded with preservatives or let's say chemicals, but preservatives, or let's say food colorings or artificial flavors. I want to have it as natural as possible. Thank you for watching Make Everyday Colorful. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make your own Greek style yogurt. Please like, comment, and share the videos, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.